Hello children, today we are going to read about the poem The Tale of Custard the Dragon written by Ogden Nash. But before we read about the poem, let's know something about the poet. Frederick Ogden Nash was an American poet famous for his light verse. With his unconventional rhyming schemes, he was declared the country's best-known producer of humorous poetry. He received Sarah Josepha Hill Award in 1964. Ogden Nash has written a humorous poem about a little girl, Belinda, who owns many pets, namely a black kitten named Ink, grey mouse named Blink, yellow dog named Mustard, and a coward dragon named Custard. He wrote this poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon, in the style of a ballad, means a song that tells a story. Ballad narrates the tales of courage or heroism. Let's see. What is this poem all about? Belinda, a little girl, lived in a little white house with her pets and a red wagon. Her pets include a black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little dragon. Name of the black kitten was Ink, the little grey mouse was Blink, and the little yellow dog was Mustard. But the dragon was a coward, and Belinda called him Custard. Custard dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. His mouth was similar to a fireplace and nose was as a chimney. Also his toes were so pointed and sharp that they could cut anything like a dagger. Belinda believed herself as brave as a barrel full of bears. Ink and Blink were able to chase lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as an angry tiger. On the other hand, Custard always acted as the weakest one. Belinda always tickled Custard ruthlessly. Other pets sarcastically called him Percival. Seeing the dragon react to the tickling made all of them laugh, and they laughed in the wagon at the cowardly dragon. Whenever Custard wanted a safe cage for him, Belinda and Blink giggled to their heart's content. Not only this, Ink and Mustard asked him how old he was, that he was scared of every little thing. The poet describes a particular incident when Belinda and her pets they all heard an unpleasant sound. Mustard, sensing trouble, started growling. Ink and Belinda cried out in horror. And finally, they saw that a pirate was climbing into their house through a window. The pirate had guns in both hands and a knife between his teeth. He also had a beard and a wooden leg. All in all, his appearance was quite sinister. Belinda started to cry for help. Mustard ran away. Ink hid in the basement or attic, and Blink went into his mouse hole. Custard surprised everyone with his actions. He jumped up and started snorting in anger. In fact, it sounded like an engine accelerating. Then Custard beat his tail against the floor, and that sounded like the metal chains in a dungeon being banged against one another. Finally, he charged towards the pirate in the same way as a bird charges at a worm that it will eat. The pirate knew that he had no chance of winning against a dragon, so he just stared at Custard and took a drink of alcohol from his flagon, preparing to be eaten alive. He feebly fired 2 shots at Custard from his pistol, but his aim was off. And finally, Custard ate him up in one bite. Belinda gave Custard a hug and Mustard licked him, so both man and dog expressed approval in their own way. Nobody spared a thought for the pirate who had been eaten. Instead, Ink and Blink started dancing in a happy mood. It became very clear that who is brave and who is coward after the pirate incident. But Mustard started to give excuses for his cowardice and said that he would have been twice as brave as Custard if he had not got nervous when the pirate came. Ink and Blink said that they would have been thrice as brave as the dragon. They could not believe that Custard, the coward dragon, had done such a heroic act, and so they started giving excuses for running away. The humble dragon accepted that he was the most coward and everyone was braver than him. Everything has gone back to normal again. Belinda is living once again in peace with her pets in her white house. Belinda, Ink, Blink and Mustard are still brave despite knowing that the pirate could have easily killed them all. On the other hand, Custard is still a coward and still longs for a safe cage. So children, you know, everything created, whether small or big, has its specific importance. Usually we underestimate talented persons, but they prove themselves by their wits and right actions. We should never look down upon others. Moreover, right and timely actions are always beneficial. In other words, a stitch in time saves nine is also the nucleus of the poem. Children, this poem revolves around the theme that one should not judge a book by its cover. Custard is always mocked for being coward, whereas the others are quite brave. However, when a pirate breaks into Belinda's house, she, Ink, Blink and Mustard are all frightened. It is Custard who charges at the pirate and eats him alive. The one who had seemed to be the biggest coward is the one who saves everyone at the end. On the other hand, the pirate had been full of bravado when he was entering the house, but he loses all of that as soon as he sees Custard approaching him. He could only share at Custard and have a drink to prepare himself for the unavoidable fate of being gobbled up. Thus, neither Custard nor the pirate is what they seem to be. However, we should never judge someone without fully getting to know them. When the situation demands it, they are bound to show their true colors, which may surprise us. The theme of the poem is entertainment. It is full of humor. The names of the animals make you laugh. The behavior and boasting of these animals is amusing. Incidentally, the poem gives the message that barking dogs seldom bite. Those who boast of their bravery are rarely brave. All the brave were scared and ran away at the sight of the pirate, except Custard, who said he was a coward, but proved to be the bravest. The poet has used childish vocabulary in this poem. Since Nash's primary audience for this poem is children, he has also modified his vocabulary to make it likable to children. Children often mispronounce words, and that is what Nash does here when he uses words realio and trulio to mean real and true. Even the names for Belinda's pets are bound to make children laugh. Nash imagines what kinds of sounds animals might make in their different moods and says that a mouse would say weak when it is giggling and a cat would say meow when it is scared. He also makes these animals dance when they are happy. It is for these reasons that children love reading Nash's poem. So I hope that you also like this poem. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.